Hello everyone and welcome again to my channel. Today I will be doing a craft along with you using this die. Thank you so much Globleland for asking me to collaborate with you, and I cannot wait to start and share with you how I created this super cute teapot. And by doing so you can also get a chance to win one of these stamps. And if you want to grab your chance to get this die, you can use a coupon code as well. I will be showing that throughout this video, the coupon code, but just right now, you know, it is not there 5, but I will put it in the description box below and also, of course, in this video. So let's get started. For the base of the teapot, you will be using this, and this is one set in the die itself. So if you get it, you will have this. You can keep this piece attached and die cut it one time, and then you will have the base looking like so. Of course, I did it with the pattern on top, so you will get it like so. So you will need this one time, and also for the sides, just grab this one out. For the sides, which will be clear to you in a moment, you need 2 of these. So you will cut 2 of these like this, so you get 2 of the same pieces to go on the sides. And then for the bottom, you will be using this one, which is the rectangle, or the rectangle piece. That's like this. This will go to the bottom. And then you have a bunch of accessories like the butterfly, the label, some leaves there. These are all things that you can add to your project as you go along. And what you definitely will be using are these. You can leave this as well in a set that will die cut this piece. I did this 2 times. I did it 1 time out of cardstock and 1 time out of acrylic paint, so like aquarelle cardstock, which is a little bit thicker. So I did that as well, like so. And also this part, this one, did it 2 times, 1 out of cardstock and 1 out of the aquarelle paper. So these are all the elements to create the teapot. So let's get started and grab some glue. I'm using this one. It's a company here in Europe. It's from Poland, but it's really perfect. I just love this one. So for the base, I will start creating this. Of course, you can use a bone folder, and of course crease this to create a more clean and crisp border. But because of the die itself, it has a jagged edge, so that it's already, if you fold it over, it will create a good fold, good corner. So I'll now do the same for these edges. I'll do this one later. So that's for that. And this one is the last one. So we can start assembling the front, which is going to be glued like so. I usually just put a dab of glue. No need to use much of this glue because it is pretty sturdy. It glues on pretty good, and it does leave a little bit chance for you to move, but when it's stuck down, it's good to go. So now I created my corner there. You can also just give it a push again, like so. Just make sure that the corners are very well attached. Then we can go to this side, and then we will attach the front and the back, so you have some space to work with. Otherwise it will be too narrow to put in the elements like the front and the ear of the or the handle of the teapot. Just aligning these pieces again together, like so, making sure that it is well glued on. And if you get like a smear of glue on top, you can always erase it with a glue eraser later on. But for now, I will keep it like so. So you see we have three pieces attached to each other. So now we'll go for the front, which is this one. We will need 2 pieces of these and 2 pieces of these. Let's glue those on top of each other. And for this, it is better if you can do this different styles, but I usually glue it on top, and then you can glue this part as well on your cardstock, but you do not really need it for the sturdiness. So I will be cutting this part off. Of course, this is optional for you. And I'll do the same here. So I will be gluing it, just leaving this piece open. And remember, if you have any questions on any part of this video, please do not hesitate to leave your comments down below in the description box. I will be happy to answer any questions. So this is for this part where everything is glued on, like so. Now we can attach them together, and this will give you a really sturdy and nice front of the teapot. Of course, you can create some more dimension by cutting a strip and putting it aligning to the nozzle. That's up to you, of course, but for this die cut it doesn't have that piece, so I'm sticking to the die cuts themselves and leaving my thickness to give it just a little bit more of a dimension. Let's do this, and then you can see I can still open these two up. And why I want this to be open, because I want to attach this on each side of the opening, and the opening is just a little bit tight fit in the beginning, so I will be putting in this just to open it up a little bit. And of course you have to be careful with which cardstock you're using, because this one, the metallic, does tend to bend a little bit, so be careful to which cardstock you're using, and depending on that you can of course use a die for that, or maybe just cut up a little bit more just to give you some more space to add your nozzle. So, and this part is always a little bit tricky because you have to open up the slot and also try to glue it on. So I usually try to put one side first and then bend it a little bit to put the other side on. But once you get the hang of it, and once it's like opened both sides, you can of course yes, now it's opened. So this part is glued on, so it does give a little bit more of a sturdiness if you open it up. So this is for the first part. Then we're going to do the same for this, using these elements there, and again just glue them down, leaving that piece open where it has to be attached to the background. And as you can see, it does give a little bit room, the glue does give a little bit room to attach and position your pieces on top of each other. Gluing the next part down, like so, positioning it the way I want it, and then cutting these pieces off, like so. So, and I hope you are enjoying this craft along, having your time, taking the time to relax, and I hope everyone is doing okay. So now I'll have my pieces, so you can attach them, and as I said, I will just show you how it looks. If you want to put this inside, it is a little bit tight fit, and that's of course a good thing. But just to open it up a little bit, to give me a little bit more space, I will be opening it again with a piece of the die itself, and trying to fit this inside. So it does help to put in the bottom first and then the top. So you have your pieces there. Put on a dot of glue and then just bend it so it will be attached like so. So that's for the first one. Then we go to the next, like so, putting it in. And it all depends on the thickness of the cardstock as well, how sturdy this piece will be. Maybe if you use like 2 pieces of cardstock, it will go in a little bit more quicker. But of course you have to open the slot just a teeny tiny bit more. So this is for the next piece. Just gluing it down, giving it a good push for it to stay down and to stay put, like so. And then you can glue these parts to each other. Just a dot again. No need to use that much. And just adjust the handles to each other like so. And that will give you a good grip onto your teapot. And of course you can put a lot of like goodies inside, candies, chocolates. There's a lot of things that you can put inside this teapot. It does give quite a bit of a room there to put in some goodies. So we will start assembling the last piece of the base, which is this, aligning it again, doing the same on this side, lining it up, making sure my pieces are flat and covering the base. And then you have your teapot. For the bottom, I usually just bend all the pieces again. Underneath this overlapping piece, just adding some dots. Gluing this and this to each other. Let me see, I didn't put enough glue on this side, so we're going to add that again. Of course you could use double-sided tape for this, just as easy. That's up to you. And then we can start lining it up to the bottom base plate. And oh, sorry, I see this is the part. You probably saw that first. So let me see, lining it up like this. And just give it a little bit of a push. I will be using just a stift for that. But you can use anything you have. Yes. And so this is the base. Of course, you can start and decorate it some more, which I will do with you. I love to use the edge here. Let me just pop this first in. Love to use the beautiful border there, like sort of a lace border, like this. And I'll do this one on top of this, just assuring that I'm lining it up right, because I want to use this label to the side. If I do it like this, for example, that's also possible. You can do it like this, lining it up. And if you want to use two borders, that's also possible. But then this is becoming too tight. So the combination is best to use this. And of course, almost a half piece of the other die cut. They all come like so. You get 4 elements there of the lace border. You can cut this to the half and finish it up like so. But for this design, I'm just keeping this on top here and adding my label to the side, like so. And just giving it a good push for it to grab onto my paper cardstock. And just do it the same. Repeat this the same on the other side. First, give it a bend for me to see the line that I will be working with. So I can align that one. And then we close her up. You can tie up a ribbon or whatever you're going to use. I will be using this one for this. And then it's also optional to use a piece here on top. Just die cut this like so, and then remove this part and just glue it on. That's what I did for this. So now that these 2 pieces have been attached, I'll just glue on one side my label. Of course, you can put on a name tag on this label. You can put a quote. Yeah, just whatever you have, or maybe just a letter there, monogram. Line it up however you feel like it's the best way to do so. Then this is done, and then we can grab a few elements that are also in this die set, which is the butterfly. I cut them out. I cut the butterfly in this color of the base plate, and then I did this one as well out of the metallic, and then out of the watercolor paper. Let me just quickly show you how I colored in my leaf. For the base, you can use gray, but also another color just to give it a little pop of dimension. And for example, for this one, I used the blue, and what I'm using to color this leaf in is a watercolor or aquarelle markers. This is from my local store. I'm using this color and then popping up the leaf with another green. And what this does is just giving you the chance to blend the two colors together, and it will show off the edges that you have in the leaf itself, leaving you like a more of a definition of the leaf itself. So now I have two different colors like this, my butterfly, and then I will be coloring my flower. Taking the note to leave the middle open, which is this, just to add on an enamel dot later. And what you can do with this is just to give it a little bit more of a dimension later on. You can also just give the leaf a little bit of a twist. I'll show you that in a moment. Now I'm using another color marker just to define the leaves and give it some more dimension, like so. You can do the same for this. It won't show up just right now because it's just too detailed, but you won't see the white edges. So, and of course you can do the same for this as well. And if you are going to pop it up, the wings, it's best for you to color it fully on the other side as well. So if you pop it up, you won't see the white cardstock, but you will see the coloring. So that will be like this. So when you pop it up, you will see this in the background. Let's grab my sheet of enamel dots. I will be using this color, like this one. For this and for the other one as well. So they both have the same inner circle enamel dot. And then you can start by just giving it a little bit of a twist there, and that's totally optional for you, however you want for it to be. Just twist it a little bit more, bend it to the middle of your enamel dot, and that will give you just a little bit more of a dimensional look. But that's totally up to you if you want to leave it flat like this, or just a little bit more of dimension. And you can also glue this two ways using a sort of a foam tape in the background, in the back, to give it some more dimension. But for now, I will just be gluing it down like this on this side and popping this one just a teeny tiny bit higher on this side, grabbing my leaves, popping them in the back. And for this as well, because it's going to go over the edge, I will be using my marker to color in the back. Just pop on both sides a dot of glue, adding this to the back and just positioning it the way I want it to be, which is like this. And then maybe I will just add my butterfly on this side. Yes, maybe like this. If you think this is like too much of this color, you can always use white, and then that will give you more of a definition. And of course you can always pop in like this one, more of a colored one on top, and that will also give you a more of a definition. So let me leave it like this, and of course to top it off and to finish it all up and to close it, your box, you will be tying up this mini tag, which is also part of the die set, like this, and you will have your finished project, the teapot. So that's it. Hope you have enjoyed crafting along with me, creating this teapot. Of course, I have used for this the digital file from the Maggie Holmes collection, and the die set is from Globleland. I will put a code down below for your $5 discount on any orders above the $40. And yeah, just cannot wait to see you again in my next craft along video. Thank you so much again, and talk to you soon. Bye bye.